Hey, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday to you. It is a rainy Friday here in Raleigh, North Carolina, but nevertheless, it is Friday. I woke up, I'm winning, like we in there. I hope y'all are excited this morning. I hope you're happy that you woke up this morning. My name is Pinique Singleton from Build a Lasting Legacy. Welcome to another episode of If You Woke Up, You're Winning. Good morning, Jason. Good morning, Russell. Good morning, Courtney. Thank you guys for joining. We're going to go ahead and get this thing started. Hey, Sylvester, what's going on? Make sure you guys drop a comment if you're watching a video, especially those of you coming back catching a replay. Make sure you say hello or something so I can come back and speak to you and show some love. So like I said, we're going to go ahead and get this thing started on this rainy Friday morning. I'm just excited to be here and to be able to spend a little bit of my time with you. If you're new, we do this every Monday and Friday, 6:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this is your first time. Hopefully you'll find something helpful and you will join us again. All right. So here we go. This morning, I want to talk about something that is super important, right? I want to talk about something that I was actually having a conversation with my nephew with earlier this week. I was having a conversation with my nephew about earlier this week, and then I saw somebody else had posted something along these lines on Instagram the other day. So I was like, yo, this is it. This is what I got to talk about. So what I want to talk about is your thoughts, right? Your thoughts, your subconscious mind. This is such a good topic, y'all. Y'all stay tuned, right? Y'all don't go anywhere. So first of all, what is the subconscious mind? The subconscious mind is the subconscious mind. That's going to be your thoughts and feelings that exist in your mind and influence your behavior, although you are not aware. That's the key. They are thoughts and feelings in your mind that influence your behavior, even though you are not aware that these thoughts and feelings are influencing your behavior. Okay? So once your subconscious mind accepts a thought, your subconscious mind springs into action to make that thing happen, right? So once it accepts a thought, once your subconscious mind says this is what we're going to do, your subconscious mind already starts on the execution piece of it, right? Which this could be good and this could be bad, because this works for good thoughts and bad thoughts, right? So my question is, though, and you might be thinking too, but where does your subconscious mind get these ideas from? Like, where does it get these thoughts from? Well, it's based on things that you are constantly putting into your mind, things that you are planting into your mind, things that you are thinking, things that you are feeding your mind on a daily basis. So, that could come from music, that could come from television, that could come from social media, that could come from conversations that you're having with people. You're putting all these things into your mind. And sometimes we might not think that, music and TV and all that is as powerful as it is, but it really is, right? It really is, because once you start to play something over and over again, you start to get that in your head, right? Like, even if you're listening to the radio, let's just say if you hear a certain song on the radio a couple times a day or once a day, eventually you find yourself singing it, even if you don't want to learn the words to it, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. It'd be the most random song, right? You in there talking about in the kitchen, wrist twisting like it's stir fry. What does that even mean? I don't know, but Migos said it on the song, so my wrist is twisting like it's stir fry. I don't even know what that means. Like, are they in the kitchen cooking drugs? Are they making actual stir fry? Like, I don't even know. But when you listen to it, you end up singing it for no reason, at no apparent reason, right? I mean, it has no value whatsoever, right? The beat might be catchy or something, but that's it. So that happens all the time. And so when we start to listen to certain things and we start to hear things over and over again, we start to believe that they are true. Like, that was just like, a little crazy example. But what about those actual thoughts when we start thinking we're not good enough to do something? Or if we hear somebody say we're not good enough, we won't win, we can't do this. Like, you tell somebody an idea and they be like, nah, that's stupid, you can't do it. We start believing that. And so the problem is, oftentimes we believe the wrong things, right? A lot of times when we hear the good things, they just go right by. But the bad things are the things that stick in our head because we keep replaying them over and over and over again. Somebody tells you something that's bad, you keep thinking about, I can't believe they said that. But then what happens is your subconscious mind believes it's true. So, like, even things that you tell yourself. So if you tell yourself, I'm never going to lose any weight, your subconscious mind is like, oh, word, we're not losing weight? So when you go to the store to reach for that apple, your subconscious mind is like, you don't see that Snickers bar though, right? Because you said you weren't going to lose any weight. So your subconscious mind is like, oh, we're not losing weight. When you get ready to go to the gym, your subconscious mind is like, but didn't you know we could just go ahead and go out to eat instead? Didn't you know we could just go home and take a nap? Because you said, I'm not going to lose any weight. So your subconscious mind is on that. Your subconscious mind is like, yo, we ain't losing no weight. I'm going to make sure of it. Right? So same thing. Anything you say that you're not going to do, your subconscious mind is working overtime. But if you say you are going to do something, your subconscious mind is going to help you to do that as well. So you really have to be mindful of what you put in your head. You know, if you're listening to music and people are talking about popping bottles and buying all these expensive clothes, you begin to think that you have to go to the club and pop bottles while you're wearing some red bottoms or some Gucci shoes. But you don't. There's a difference, because see, Cardi B also said, you in the club just to party. I'm there, I get paid a fee. You're not getting paid a fee. You can't spend all your money on these things that you don't need, right? You listening to these music, they're putting these thoughts in your head, thinking you need certain things that you don't need, thinking you need to do certain things that you don't need to do, thinking you need to be certain places where you don't need to be, because you keep hearing it. So your subconscious thinks, oh, that's for me. That's what I need to do. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you can't listen to the radio, because clearly if I know these lyrics, I've heard these songs a time or two, right? I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, you got to be cautious of what you're putting in. You got to be mindful of how often you're listening to these things or watching these television shows, okay? It's nothing wrong with watching TV. It's nothing wrong with listening to certain music, but you just have to do it in moderation, and you need to listen. What music are you listening to, right? What music are you listening to? Because I'm not going to lie. I mean, I do know some of these songs, you know, and every now and then somebody might say something pretty dope. I've shared quotes with people, and they be like, oh, that's deep. And I'll be like, yeah, that was Nicki Minaj. That was Cardi B. And now some of y'all are like, I need an example. They ain't really say nothing deep. No, for real. Some of their lyrics, they might say something dope. You know, Jay-Z talks about some really good things sometimes. But the point is, you got to be aware of what you're listening to, right? Because like when I would go to the gym and work out, I would always think, oh, this is a great excuse for me to listen to some ratchetness. You know, this is a great excuse for me to listen to Cardi B, listen to Migos, listen to whoever. But then I start listening to gospel music in the gym, right? Like, I can listen to gospel music. Some of those beats are so dope. Like, I'll be on the treadmill getting it. Like, they are upbeat. I can still work out to those. And then when I leave the gym, you know, I'm sitting there singing Long as I Got King Jesus by Vicky Winans. And I'm telling myself over and over, long as I got King Jesus, I don't need nobody else. Instead of me leaving the gym talking about Kiki, do you love me? Quoting Drake's song. I don't even know who Kiki is, much less I don't need to spend no time trying to figure out if she loves me, right? So you can control what you put into your mind, and you need to start controlling what you put into your mind, right? That's just like we feed our mind just like we feed our bodies. So you know darn well that you can't sit up here and eat a whole extra large pepperoni pizza every single day, right? You know that. You're not going to do that because you know it's going to end up having a negative effect on your body, right? So you're not going to sit here and eat an extra large pepperoni pizza followed by a box of Krispy Kreme donuts and wash it down with a gallon of Coca-Cola. You're just not going to do it because you know it's going to have negative effects. But we'll sit there and we'll listen to this music and we'll watch this TV show over and over again, feeding our subconscious minds all this garbage, knowing that it's going to have a negative effect, knowing that it's not serving us, knowing it's not doing any good. So all I'm asking you is to be mindful, right? I mean, when I grew up, you know, I didn't really go to church a lot, and I only knew like one Bible verse, like Jesus wept. When I found out that was a whole verse, I was excited, right? When somebody asked me, do you know any Bible verses, and I found out I could use that, I was like, oh, I'm winning, right? But now, you know, I've grown, I go to church and everything like that, but a lot of times I might quote a principle from the Bible or tell somebody a story from the Bible, not even because I read it, but I listen to Joel Osteen in the mornings and in the evenings when I'm in the car, and I learn those things. So I've learned these stories without necessarily going and reading it. Now don't get me wrong, I might go back and read for some additional information, but what I'm saying is, just like when you learn the words to those crazy songs, you can learn something positive, you can learn something good, you can learn something that serves you just by riding in the car and listening to it, or listening to it, you know, in your earbuds when you're working out, or when you're working, or whatever time you do, you know, that you listen to things. So my point is, just make sure when you're feeding your mind, you feed it something good, right? Just like you make healthy choices of food to eat, or at least you should make healthy choices of what to feed your mind. And I'm going to leave you with this quote. Somebody shared this quote with me the other day, and I wrote it down so I wouldn't get it wrong. Y'all know I will mess up a quote, okay? So it says, be careful what you tell yourself, because your subconscious is always eavesdropping on your internal conversation. Your subconscious is always listening to what you're putting in. Your subconscious is always listening to things that you're repeating in your head over and over and over again. And your subconscious mind is going to work as hard as it can to make those things a reality. So this morning, I'm not telling you, again, I'm not telling you can't watch TV. I'm not telling you can't listen to music, but just watch what programs you're watching on TV. You know, be mindful of what music you're listening to. That's all I'm saying. So I just want you to think about that. But I really want you to share this video, because somebody else needs to hear this. Somebody else is not thinking about it. Because how many times have you, somebody may have shared this thought with you and you're like, but I know it's just a song. I'm not really taking it to heart. You know it's just a song. But your subconscious mind thinks it is the gospel. Your subconscious mind thinks it is the truth. Your subconscious mind thinks this is what it is. This is real life. So I know you know it's just a song, but does your subconscious mind know it? Your subconscious mind is like, oh, this is what we doing? Cool. So I'm just asking you to be mindful of what you put in. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and share. Somebody needs this message today. Somebody needs to hear this, right? I just literally had this conversation with my nephew. And he's only 17, but I'm trying to help shape his thoughts and get him to thinking about it, right? And so one last thing, when you are listening to positivity and motivation, it's best to start your day like that. Because when you first wake up, your brain is operating at 10.5 wave cycles per second. So that's when it's most receptive to things. So first 20 minutes of your day is going to shape your day. So I'm asking you not to jump on social media as soon as you wake up. I'm asking you, when you turn your alarm off on your phone, you don't have to check Instagram at the same time. Put on something motivational. Put on something. And now, unless you're looking at something motivational on Instagram, I doubt it, but you might be. Okay. But how many bad things are you going to scroll past to find the motivation? So I'm asking you to start this early in the morning. Set the tone for your day on a positive level every single day. And throughout the day, you know, when you get in the car, turn on something educational. Listen to an audiobook. Something like that. Listen to some good music with a good message. All right, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. I know that you guys have things to do, and I know I kind of went over the normal time I do, but I thought this was a very important topic, and I want to make sure that I expanded on it enough. As usual, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, drop them below. Inbox me. I'm always here for y'all. And before I go, I got to tell you what I tell you all the time, and hopefully this thought is getting ingrained in your brain as well. What I want you to do right now is I want you to get off of Facebook, and I want you to get out there and be great on purpose today, because I know you can do it. I believe in you. You just have to believe in yourself and make the choice to be great. So I want each and every one of you to choose greatness on this Friday and be mindful of what you put inside your head. All right? Y'all have an awesome and amazing day. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you guys right back here Monday morning, 6:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love y'all. Y'all have a good one.